Welcome to LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology in the Department of Instrumentation and Control Engineering. In this session, we will discuss the subject that is instrumentation in agriculture and food processing. I am your instructor, Jayesh Prajapati. So, in this session, we will discuss the unit number 2, that is a soil science and sensor. So in our previous video, we have already discussed this unit number 2 basic concept like science, soil science and different physical and chemical properties of soil, and also we have discussed soil pH measurement. Now in this session, we will discuss the content that is engineering properties of soil. So in this properties of soil, we have to discuss the properties that is resistivity, then we have to discuss the conductivity. So these are the two properties that we have to discuss in this session. So engineering properties of soil. So let us start each properties one by one. Now we have to discuss the soil resistivity. Soil resistivity definition. If we have to define the resistivity, then it can be defined in this manner. Soil resists the flow of electricity and is not an ideal conductor. Means soil having some kind of resistance. So we can say that there is always a resistance between the electrode and the soil. This resistance cannot be neglected, and it depends on the types and size of electrode, the depth in the soil, and soil resistivity. So if we have to define the resistivity, then it will be from 10 to 10,000, 10 to 1000 ohm into meters. Okay, that is the soil resistivity. Then we can say that the soil resistivity can affect the overall resistance of grounding electrode to which it is driven in. So that is the soil resistivity that we have shown here. Now we have to measure this resistivity. So soil resistivity measurement. So that requires 4 electrode into the soil that inject the current. Then V will be measured by the equipment. Voltage, V that means voltage, that means measured by the instrument. Then we can say that resistance of soil is equal to voltage that is measured by the equipment and the current that is flowed by the 4 electrode. So it can be measured by this equation. Soil is equal to V by I. So that is Ohm's law. As per the Ohm's law, we can measure the soil resistivity. Then equipment measure range of 0.01 ohm to 99.99 kilo ohm, maximum value of resistivity of 999 kilo ohm meter, and ground current greater than 200 milliampere. So the resistivity measurement equipment having this kind of limitations. Okay. It is rated by 50 watt battery and supply. So that is the pure resistivity measurement techniques. So in this way we can measure the soil resistivity. So two main methods for the soil resistivity measurement. These two methods are first Wiener method and second that is Schlumberger method. Schlumberger methods. So these are the two methods for the soil resistivity measurement. Then we can say that if we have to measure the soil resistivity, then it can be measured in this manner. You can see in the figure, there are 4 electrodes are connected at the some distance. Okay, and this instrument, that is a soil resistivity measurement equipment that can measure the soil resistivity. Then these are the 4 electrode, and here by using this kind of setup we can measure the soil resistivity. So let us see the different techniques that can be used for soil resistivity measurement. These techniques are first, Vanner method. So whenever this method is used, so we have to use by the Vanner method for soil resistivity measurement. So in this Vanner method, you can see 4 electrode of equal size driven into the earth surface in a straight line at equal spacing. So you can see here 4 electrode, okay, into the soil, okay, that means earth means soil, and having a equal distance between every electrode. Then a current I is injected by the current electrode, and potential difference V, that is measured by the potential electrode. So in this figure you can see 2 current electrode, and the end 2 electrode that are the current electrode, and this center 2 electrode that is our potential electrode. So potential electrode can measure the voltage, and current electrode measures the current. So soil resistivity by using Ohm's law, the resistance between the 2 potential electrode can be determined. So this value can be calculated as a soil resistivity. So this is a very simple method how we can find out the resistivity of the soil. Okay. Then in the next method, that is a Kuiper method. So in this method you can see it is a modification of Vanner method. Okay. In the Vanner method we can put electrode at equal distance, but in this case Kuiper method we can put electrode at different angle. So here the current penetration for Vanner and Kuiper method depends on primary of current electrode spacing. So here there is nothing difference. It is a simple same to the Vanner method. Here we have only distance between the electrode we can change. Okay. Then soil resistivity measurement, if we can say that if it is in practical manners or in the visible view, then it's view like this. Here you can see we can measure the soil resistivity by using this kind of pictures. Okay, that is a practical view of the soil resistivity measurement. Then we can say that if we have to see the soil resistivity measurement setup, then its setup is like this. You can see that is a setup for soil resistivity measurement. Okay. Then soil conductivity. Soil conductivity, that is another most important property for the soil. So let us see the soil conductivity. So if we have to define the conductivity, then we can say that in the soil the electrical conductivity, that means EC, reading shows the level of ability of the soil water has to carry electrical current. Okay, it having resistivity, then it having conductivity also. Conductivity, that means soil water can carry some kind of electrical current, that is the ability, that is the soil conductivity. So we can say that electrical conductivity, that is shown by the EC. So the EC level, electrical conductivity level of the soil water, are a good indication of the amount of nutrient available for your crop to absorb. So it is a good ability for our soil if we are having a electrical conductivity level. So that can absorb nutrient from the crop. Okay. Then we can say that the conductance, we already know that the electrical formula for resistance and conductance. So conductance G can be defined as a G is equal to 1 by R. That means it is a reciprocal of resistance. Okay. Then we can say that by formula G is equal to 1 by R. Then we can say that the conductance of a solution is measured between two separately fixed and chemically inert electrodes. To avoid polarization at the electrode surface, the conductance measurement is made with alternating current signal. The conductance of solution G is directly proportional to the electrode surface area, inversely proportional between the electrode A. So that is a conductance for the solution G, that having a formula to directly proportional to the surface area A and inversely proportional to the distance between this electrode. So equation is G is equal to K A divided by L, that is called conductivity. Here we can say that K is a constant of proportionality, that unit is mho, unit for K is mho per centimeters. Okay, here this unit will be become for constant of proportionality. So that is a soil resistivity measurement equations we can here define. Then we can say how it can be measured. So we can say that electrical conductivity of soil is a measurement which collects several physical and chemical properties of soil, such as texture, cation exchange capacity, draining conductivity, organic matter level, and salinity. Salinity, that means some kind of salt or salt level in the soil, that can be measured from this, also depends on conductivity. Then we can say that electrical conductivity is the ability of material to conduct electrical current through it. It is commonly expressed as a millisiemens per meter, ms/m, that or decisiemens per meters. Okay, we can say that if we have to find the units for electrical conductivity, then the unit for the electrical conductivity is like this. Okay, Siemens. Okay. Then soil electrical conductivity varies depend on the amount of moisture and amount of nutrient held by the soil particles. So it can be depends on nutrients and amount of water or moisture content in the soil. So it can be depend on this. Okay. Then if we have to measure the soil conductivity, then soil conductivity measurement having a different method also, and it having also process. So if we have to take a process, then if we have to take 5 gram of soil, it is weighted into a beakers, and to that 25 ml water. This distilled water we have to enter. Then we have to mix this distilled well about 5 to 10 minutes and allow to settle, or sometimes. Then this lead is taken into the another beakers and used for conductivity measurements. So that is a process for conductivity measurements. Thoroughly rinse the cell and one more time with the samples. Then read the sample conductivity directly from conductivity meters. Okay, there are different instrument or sensors are available for measuring the conductivity. So we can use this conductivity meters directly. Then two methods how to calculate the electrical conductivity. These two methods are first contact type and second, that is the non-contact types. Measurement by both the sensors having a comparatively results. Okay, so let us see these two methods. So first method, that is a contact sensor measurement. Okay, so in this contact sensor measurement we can use these types of sensor use electrode to make a contact with the soil and measure the electrical conductivity. So it having a direct contact, so that can contact with this electrode with the soil, and then it can measure the electrical conductivity. So we can say that in this approach 2 or 3 pairs of electrode are mounted on the toolbar. One pair provide electrical current into the soil, that's called transmitting electrode, and while other pair, that is called receiving electrode, measure the voltage drop between them. So it is a similar method related to the resistivity, the same method here, but only having difference is transmitting electrode and receiving electrode. One electrode can transmit the current and another two electrode measure the voltage drop between them. Okay. So in this figure you can see that is a contact sensor measurement for such resistivity. Here in this figure you can see there is a transmitting electrode and receiving electrode. Both are connected on the same toolbars. Okay, here center, that is a toolbar. So this figure is related to this contact sensor for conductivity measurement. Then we can say that second method, that is a non-contact sensor measurement. So non-contact, that means it cannot contact with the soil and it can measure the soil conductivity. So there is some remote sensing technology. Okay, so here we can use the technique, that is the principle of electromagnetic induction. Okay, Faraday's electromagnetic induction, that can be used for measurement of electric conductivity. EMI does not contact the soil surface directly. The instrument is composed to transmitter and receiving coil, usually installed at opposite end to the unit. Okay, that is a non-contact type sensors. Then a sensor in this device measure the resulting electromagnetic field, that is a current induced. The strength of the secondary electromagnetic field, that is proportional to the soil electrical conductivity. So in this principle it can be worked. Then we can say that in this figure, and in this figure you can see there is some transmitting coils and receiving coils are used for measurement of electrical conductivity. So if we want to see the figure for the non-contact types, then it's look like this. Okay. So there are two methods, contact type and non-contact type, for conductivity measurement. And for resistivity measurement, there are two methods, that is Wiener method and Sturm-Lüther's method. So these are the methods that can be used for measurement. So in this session, we have discussed only these two properties, resistivity and conductivity, and also we have discussed different methods how we can measure the resistivity and conductivity. The next properties of soil that we have discussed in our next session. Okay, thank you very much.